Hi, I'm Cindy Mochizuki, and I'm a local artist, and this is my piece called Compass. This box of Japanese wooden kokeshi dolls basically it's from a series of dolls that my grandmother has, and every time she moved from Japan to Canada safely, she brought a set of these dolls back. So in this scene, there's a sequence where a little sort of a hand puppet appears, and it jumps into a rear cart, and basically it's derived from a memory that my grandmother shared with me of having to carry her mother around in a rear cart back and forth. So this set piece is what appears to be just a table and lamps, and what happens is we lift off, and what's unveiled under the table is a replica of my grandmother's berry farm from the pre-war era, and she was a berry worker but also the owner of this farm in Walnut Grove, which is Langley, BC. And the significance to the farm is that in 1942, during the Japanese-Canadian internment, her belongings and her property were confiscated from them, and so this no longer exists.
いい子で言っててくださいね。また会いましょう。
So in this sequence, I've basically taken apart a story that my grandmother told me about when they were exiled to Japan after the internment. In the late 60s, she sent, or two of her daughters went back to Canada, even if so much was unknown and things could be precarious. And so I basically re-narrated that story in a kind of sort of more like a folklore or fable in the style of a myth. And it is about sort of the journey of two children that travel along a very large bridge, and then they come across a fisherman who tries to draw them back, but they were told by their mother that if they turn around, they will turn to stone. So no matter how enticing he is, they cannot turn around. The significance of the piece, even if it's personal and it's a family story and looks at a very specific aspect of history, I think it's relevant in the sense that many people journey across different cities. Many different people could potentially relate to the complexity of migration or movement to different places, and the sacrifices that you make, and the different things that come up. And regardless of obstacles, you survive and you get through things. So, and even if it's just a nugget of a very personal story, I hope that it has sort of a wider effect on people and their experiences as migrants or as people that are journeying across to different countries. And I remember she leaned over at me and said to me, "Cindy, this is not real. Do you know that?" Hi, I'm Cindy, and I'm here at Your Continent Digital Carnival 2017. For each time she journeyed from Japan to Canada, she brought back one of these dolls, a practice that she maintained as a small child and into her old age.